Hello everyone, these are your instructions for your 751 paper. So this should be a 2-page paper summarizing your study and what you have done to date. Now completing this paper will also help you for next year as you prepare your poster. Much of what you write you may be able to recycle by cutting and pasting into your poster. Now, this is due April 26th at 5 p.m. Please send to my email. You may also send it at any time prior to that point. You should have your faculty lead review it prior to sending it to make sure that grammatically it makes sense and there aren't any major typos, errors, things like that. So format, across the top of the page, please put the last name of each team member and the primary faculty advisor. This can be double-spaced using 12-point font and Times New Roman. Please no more than 2 pages. Now, additional page can be allowed for citations. Use superscripts when citing a paper. Your reference section should have citations in order of appearance. Use AMA format for references, provided there is a link to the AMA format. Now, do not include the date accessed. When you go to that website, they'll give some examples. You do not need to include the date accessed for journal articles or textbooks. You only need to use the date accessed if you are citing a website. And please do not include the DOI number. Do not include that. Now your sections will include an introduction and background section. You can call it the introduction section. That's perfectly fine. It should be 2 to 3 paragraphs. You're going to be describing what is known and not known about your topic. So for example, with a blood flow restriction training study, what I might describe in the first paragraph is kind of summarizing what is known about blood flow restriction training and how it can lead to improvements in strength and cross-sectional area. In the second paragraph, I might describe either what is not known or describe kind of a unique clinical finding. So, for example, we're doing a 3-week intervention. With that, there have been a couple papers that have shown improvements in strength and size. We're then following up on that to see if that actually holds up. Because what's interesting, of course, that I would want to highlight in there too is typically we wouldn't see in regular strength training increases in size in a short time period like 3 weeks. So hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of what you're trying to write, what is known about your topic and what is not known. In the final paragraph in the introduction section, you should be presenting the purpose of the study and describing any hypotheses that your team has come up with. The next section will be the methods section. So you're going to describe your methodology, which will include things like how people are recruited for the study, who is eligible, what the inclusion and exclusion criteria are, and then what is done in that study. How is the study performed? What is it you're asking the subjects to do? And then the final section, that's your results. And so you're going to present any data available at this time. And so that's where you'll need to go to your faculty member and ask them for any available data. Or if data is not available at this time, you might be able to summarize things by stating how many subjects you have worked with and what you've collected to date. Also, describe any ongoing data collection procedures. For example, is this study going to be continued on into the summer or into the fall? Who will be continuing the process of data collection. How many more subjects are going to be collected? And then, of course, your final section, not listed here, will be a reference section where you're going to list any references, again, in order of appearance using AMA format.